All right, guys. So still the 194 mark. I have not passed 194 yet. I'm gonna adjust this camera a little bit. I have not passed 194 calories yet. That is the highest I have been all bulk. So where I'm trying to go, essentially when this bulk's over by October 1st, I want to be at the 200 mark realistically. And I know it's not going to be 5 pounds of muscle. Like, obviously not. I'm not going to put on 5 pounds of muscle in a month. That's just not going to happen. As much as I would like it to happen, that's just not going to happen. But I do not want to put on too much fat. So if I don't get to 200 pounds, I would be satisfied with seeing 198 to 199, jumping back and forth between those weights. And yeah, that is just about 3 or 4 more pounds up from where I am right now. That should happen without raising my calories too much. Just keep pushing the intensity in the gym, keep eating at my surplus consistently though. Consistently. That's the key with bulking and cutting. It has to be consistent progress. And yeah, but today was my off day. Honestly, I do not feel great today. Reason being is because last night I only slept like 5 hours and 30 minutes. Now, if you guys know me, you know that is absolutely by far my biggest pet peeve. It just ruins my entire day. I'm not gonna lie, normally I'm a very optimistic guy. I'm very positive, like the future looks bright kind of guy. Always, just never down, never in a bad mood. But I can truly say today was just one of those days where I just didn't want to be bothered, really. I just didn't want to be talked to, and just tired all day. I had to get up at 6:30 for work. I ended up falling asleep at like 1:30 a.m. and like 1 or 1:30 a.m. And I even tried to sleep a little bit at work, tried to get a little bit of sleep in. And then once I did actually fall asleep in the nap that I was attempting to have at work, the doorbell rings and I had to get up, and that was really, it started to frustrate me at that point. And I tried to take a few more little power naps throughout the day. Right now, I honestly feel the best that I've felt all day, and it is about 6:00 p.m. So, yeah, but that is one thing, guys. Sleep is the most important thing for just everyday life, for how you're gonna feel in the morning, for how you're gonna feel in your day in general, for productivity, for energy balance, for your moods, and of course for bodybuilding. It's just, sleep is so important. I just can't stress it enough. And one day of bad sleep is not really going to affect my progress, because it's all about consistently sleeping well. If I was consistently sleeping bad, that would definitely affect my progress. But say if I slept like 7 to 9 hours 6 or 5 days of the week, and then one night I only was able to get like 5 hours, and the other night I was only able to get 6 hours, that will not really affect my progress. Of course, if all 7 days of the week I slept good, that would obviously be better. It's just, I have to sacrifice certain things, because at nighttime I like to edit my videos. I like to smoke my cigars when I'm editing my videos. I like to sit outside with like lights around me. It's like a very relaxing state for me, and it is how I am actually my most focused when I'm editing videos and I'm doing my work there. Because I feel like at a certain point of the day, everybody's focus point is different. Like, some people are more sharp and more focused and dialed in the morning, or some people are later at night, I feel like. So I'm going to definitely, on the days that I have off the next day, I will keep doing that with my cigar, editing my videos, all that stuff, because I won't have to worry about waking up at 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. I can sleep a little bit later and still get my full 8 or 9 hours of sleep. But in the days that I do have to be up early, I'm going to have to start making certain changes. I'm going to have to start either editing the videos early during the day, during my work shifts, somehow get in the videos and edit it like that, and be in bed lights out by 9:30. Normally by like 10:30 I'm in bed lights out, but obviously it has not been enough, because I would really like to see every single night of sleep like 7 hours and up. And yeah, that is definitely my biggest pet peeve, I have to say. And I said before, I'm already feeling a little bit better. And I feel like it definitely has something to do with me recording this video and talking to you guys, explaining how like everything's going, explaining how the bulk is going, what my predictions are, how my sleep has been, just how everything's going. It actually helps me feel better. So I just want to thank you guys, because this is a big motivation in my life, because it's something that I'm trying to work at now and trying to improve every day, get better and better at. And that even means getting better in the gym, getting better with my diet, getting better with my sleep, everything that goes into it, because you guys are on my journey with me to my road to winning a competition of natural bodybuilding. So with that being said, let me just get right into my leg day. Wow, what a leg day. Yesterday was hamstring focused, and also that is another reason why the no sleep got me mad, because it was such a successful leg day where rest is so important after those kind of workouts. But I'm gonna sleep tonight. Definitely gonna make sure I'm gonna sleep tonight. But what a beautiful leg workout. Hamstring focused. So what I did was basically 12 sets of hamstrings, okay? Where I started with was seated hamstring curls. Now, I was actually watching a certain bodybuilder by the name of and honestly, this guy, he has some good tips and advice. And he said something that really made me think, because somebody asked him, what is better, lying leg hamstring curls or seated leg hamstring curls? And he asked the person, what do you think? If you had to really imagine, what would you think is better? Now, the person responded with lying leg hamstring curls. He was wrong. And Jeff really broke it down very simply. Very simply, like completely makes sense. Basically, with seated leg hamstring curls, your legs are already in a flexed position. Rather than lying hamstring curls, your legs are not flexed at all. They're in that natural position. So he was just saying how if your legs already started to bend, they already have that stretch going and that muscle being flexed already. So I took his advice on it, because I always did love seated hamstring curls, but I always like to switch it up back and forth. And also, seated hamstring curls are like less stress on my lower back, because with lying, it's just like it or not, if you're going heavy enough, your glutes and your lower back are going to be worked. So it's just like the name of the game. I'm still going to do them here and there, and then he even went more into it. You guys could probably look up the video. Just type in Jeff Nippert on hamstring curls seated or something like that. But what I did was I warmed up into the weight, and then eventually I stayed there for 4 sets. For the first set, I went like really light. I remember I got like 28 reps, 30 reps. So I was like, all right, I gotta bump this up. So then I started going heavier at that point. Then I started getting like close to like 18 and 20. And then for the last 2 sets, I went, honestly, I maxed out the machine. This machine is not heavy at all. So a lot of people can max it out. It's not really impressive. And I ended up getting like 12, 13 sets with the full max out of the machine, and then I would just drop set it with nice squeezing sets at the end. So once I did 4 sets of that, I moved on to RDLs. Now guys, I have not done RDLs in a while, and these actually felt really good. I got a nice hamstring stretch. Like, these just stretch my hamstrings so different, because it's the way I'm bending straight down. It's just a beautiful stretch, and I wouldn't recommend to do it if somebody tries it and they feel it a lot in their lower back, because I try to take my lower back out of it as much as possible, and I still do feel it, but I'm gonna say it's really hard to target the hamstrings on this movement. You have to really have a good mind-muscle connection, and after years of training, I finally started doing it. So in the beginning, I was not doing it. So don't think that you have to do RDLs if you don't feel comfortable or if you don't think you're doing it right. Okay, so I ended up staying at the RDLs for 3 sets. Did not go heavy, really. The heaviest I went was 2 plates, and I was able to get like 12, 13 reps. Then the second set, I stayed the same with the 2 plates. Then I went down to 1 plate and just burned it out there. And I got like 15 or 16 reps. Then I called it on the RDLs. That would be 7 sets of hamstrings in. Then I just went to finish on the single leg hamstring curled, isolated 1 at a time. The first set, I actually started with 12 reps in my weak leg, and then I matched in my right, back to my weak to failure, and then whatever number I got for failure in my weak side, I match it with my right side, okay? And that is exactly how I always train if I'm doing individual, like one arm at a time, for example, or one leg at a time, or one lat at a time. Always start with the weaker side and match it with the stronger side, so equal muscle growth happens. So at the single leg hamstring curls, I stayed for 4 sets, and then I just decided to finish it off with a burner at the seated leg curl, finish it off right there, called it absolutely beautiful for my hamstrings. My hamstrings felt absolutely like destroyed. I destroyed my hamstrings. And then I was ready for quads, did my normal starter, leg extension, and I just did 1 set there to start, but I did warm up into it as well, get my knees a little bit warmed up, but then I did my first working set with leg extension. And I just did a really burning set, absolutely to failure for this set. Then I went to pendulum squat. Pendulum squat, pendulum squat. So I warmed up into it, warmed up with my knees so my knees could get used to it. Then I started at a light weight where I got like 14 reps on my own. Then I looked at my miniature friend and I said, buddy, I can raise it as much as I don't want to, I can raise it. So I raised it up a little bit, and there I ended up getting like another 12 reps, so I was able to raise it again.
Let's go.
Guys, I have not done pendulum squat. This is like my 4th or 3rd time ever doing it, and I absolutely love it. It is just a beautiful range of motion, no stress on the knees. It's just like very comfortable. I went the heaviest that I ever did, and I got like 7 reps. I think like 3 or 4 of them.
So let's go. Push it.
Assisted reps. And then I just dropped some of it to a plate, and I just finished it off there. Guys, my legs felt absolutely. If James Bond was running around with the Desert Eagle, and then he saw a
that's all you got?
just standing there, and decided to take 1-2 shots in my quads. That's how my legs felt in the moment. My quads, my legs in general,
I want 3 more.
Burned out. And then, what do you think I decided to finish with? I thought to myself, guys, I remember last leg day was not that crazy. I wanted a more intense leg day, and that is what I did. I decided to finish with leg extensions, superset with leg press. I said, you know what? Let's get an absolute money leg day, an absolute burner, a finisher. So I did 3 more sets with this superset style. And I didn't go heavy at all, guys. The heaviest I went was 2 plates, but absolutely destroyed my legs. Like, I was getting like 15, 16 reps. For the second one, I think I got like 13 or 14. And then for the third one, I just got like another 13, I think. And I dropped it to a plate and I just finished it off right there. Man, oh man, my legs were absolutely done. And I just called it right there. That would be 7 sets of quads, okay? 7 intense sets of quads. A lot of pressing, and that's what I feel that I have to incorporate more, a lot of pressing in my leg workouts. That will be one of my bigger changes in these bulks. But in the cuts, I don't like to lift too heavy, because there's no progress being made. So I just like to do like nice rep ranges. So like, for example, on leg day, on my cut, I'm going to be doing like a few pressing, but a lot of leg extensions, because those are nice squeezing movements. And I know that my muscles can still be maintained. They won't lose the size from getting that kind of stimulus. Definitely no growth will happen, because growth does not happen in a cut when somebody is this far along in their lifting journey. So after that, I went to show you guys my leg pump. My legs were looking pretty good, guys. I still do not know how to flex my hamstrings, but that will come eventually once I hire my posing coach. And yeah, but my legs were looking really nice. And once my leg pump was done, I went to finish abs. And how I started doing it actually with these cable crunches, I actually kind of like rest my body weight on my heels. I bend my toes and then I go down like that, and it's just like a really nice squeeze. I don't know. One of the trainers came up to me and told me to try it like that, and I did, and I actually like it. I'm going to go back to my old style and try it again, and kind of like do 3 sets of my old style and then 3 sets of the style that the trainer showed me, and see like what I prefer. But yeah, guys, beautiful leg day. I like to give these workouts ratings. I'm gonna give this leg day a 90, a straight 90. I would have given it a 93 or 94 if I did one more intense hack squat or one more intense leg press, but it was still a beautiful leg day. I'm always the one that still always tries to overshoot because I like to absolutely obliterate my muscles, like absolutely stimulate the muscle as much as possible, as much as necessary. And I feel that I could have done one more intense set of pressing. That's all I gotta say. But see you guys in the next video.